I had this manuscript. I was so excited. I just knew every publisher I went to was just gonna write a check and put this all in the world. And it was really the opposite. They wanted me to whitewash Niyah.
Being joined at the grown table by my dear friend Anna Nyakana, whose animated series, books, curriculum, and musical score, Niyah Zuri, has changed the lives of children everywhere.
We came to America, 2 suitcases for a family of 5. That's all we own. We lived on top of this crazy Chinese restaurant for a few months. There was roaches everywhere. We're sleeping on 1 mattress, but we're together. It goes by your zip code. This is the determining factor to let me know as a child that we don't matter. We're not worth the tax dollars. By the time I got to middle school, I very clearly declared in my life what I was going to do. To get my parents out the hood. Am I just going to wish every year on my birthday cake that these things are gonna go away and change? Or am I gonna do something about it? Here's the plan, boom, boom, boom. And I started executing it. I'm not a Black author. I don't write Black books. I am an author and I write children's books for all children. These kids need to know that they matter.
We first opened the doors to Grown 10 years ago. I honestly thought we were just reinventing fast food. But what I didn't realize is this was never just about the food. We were also building community. My name is Shannon Allen, and you're watching Grown Woman Season 2. Reading isn't just a skill, it's a portal. Through the written word and our imagination, it has the transformative power of taking us anywhere. But statistics say that our children, Black and Latino children in this country, are being left behind. Today, I have the extraordinary privilege of being joined at the grown table by my dear friend Anna Nyakana, whose animated series, books, curriculum, and musical score, Niyah Zuri, has changed the lives of children everywhere. Thank you so much for joining me for Grown Woman Season 2.
We here.
Yes.
You know what it is?
Yes.
Shout out to the Niyah Zuri Nation.
Yes. Niyah Zuri Nation. So, you and I have a very interesting way of how we met each other.
We do.
Before we get to that, I want you to tell us the beginnings of Anna Nyakana. Before the Anna Nyakana, children's author, professional speaker, musician, producer of animated films, an entire book series, working with school systems to inspire and uplift children. Before we got to that, which is who you've become, can you take me back to Anna, born in Germany, to Ugandan and Moldovan German parents?
Yes.
Take us back to little Anna, when she was a big dreamer who hadn't realized any of her dreams just yet.
Little Anna was a very chosen and anointed child. I knew I had a calling in my life very early. And I had a very special connection to the earth and to people and the way that I would express myself. I didn't know that taking that flight from Germany to come and immigrate to the US, I was 7.
7 years old?
Yes.
What did you know about the US at that time?
Nothing.
And why did your parents decide, okay, we're packing up, we're leaving Germany?
We came here for better opportunities.
Okay.
Right, my mother's German Moldavian. She was a biologist, graduated from the Soviet Union with her degree, was applying it, working it, doing well. My father from Uganda, also degree from Soviet Union, was applying it. However, there's a stipulation in German law. And if you're actually in a position at a company, yet you're not German blood or German resident, citizen, then someone can actually apply for your job and take that job. So my father was constantly losing his job. And he's an agricultural engineer. So just that wearing down on an individual, on a father, right? On a partner, and thinking about my spouses and maybe the situations that probably put my mother and my father in.
On a degreed man with a very specified degree.
Yes.
A specialty.
Exactly.
So to be an expert.
Absolutely.
And the job is being taken from him because he wasn't necessarily German descent, a German citizen.
I didn't understand it as a child. However, as I matured, I understood it.
Yeah.
When you put your mind in the structure of an economy and of a country, you want to make sure you're protecting your own. You're accepting of all, but you're protecting your own first. You're kind of giving a priority to make sure that you're serving your people and also being warm and inviting to those that want to be in your country.
Well, that's the whole challenge we're having in this country now, without us even getting into the details of where we are.
Yeah.
Although, listen, it's hard to avoid it because nationalism is real and it's here, and hopefully it's not here to stay.
Yes.
But in your parents' journey, they made a decision and they said, okay, we have what we have, but
Yep.
it's not what we need. It's not what we want for our
Exactly.
family. So we're heading to the U.S. So
We're
7
heading to
years
the
old.
U.S. We came to America, 2 suitcases for a family of 5. That's all we own.
Wow.
We lived on top of this crazy Chinese restaurant for a few months. There was roaches everywhere. We're sleeping on one mattress, but we're together. Finally, someone hooks us up with Section 8. I guess that's a hookup.
Okay.
Hooks us up, begins the process for my parents to receive their citizenship.
Shout out to the state of Connecticut.
Shout out to the state of Connecticut. So we're on track, and whoa, when we moved to the projects, I thought we were like the Jeffersons. I'm like, moving on up. This is great.
Yes.
All this brick, this is wonderful.
Right.
All this nonsense in the streets, this is wonderful, right? But we had space. I had my own room. My brothers had a room they shared. We had space. We had somewhere established. We were in a community. All right, so bye-bye to the Chinese restaurant.
And you had perspective because you'd experienced something. So like if we were saying this to someone now, like, hey, guess what? You're moving your home and you're moving into the projects.
Right.
People may be like, oh man. But your perspective was, oh man.
Oh man.
I've got my own room.
I've got my own room.
I live in a community with beautiful brick buildings.
Yes.
There's history here.
Yes.
There's kids playing
And there's a lot of
outside.
culture.
There's culture.
And that's what it was. So the young Anna was running around outside. We didn't have TV as a distraction.
right.
There was no phones.
Right.
There was nothing distracting us. We were using our imagination. We were also using it sort of like a way to escape and also cope with the more negative things that were happening in our community, in our block, the violence, the drug abuse, the things that were happening that our parents want to protect us from.
Sure.
And the reason why they're like, hey, be home before the streetlights turn on.
Because those were realities. Those are
Yes.
realities in the world. But there was also a lot of other stuff that you were able to tap into. I mean,
Exactly.
was there a language barrier when you moved?
Absolutely.
Like
English
what language
is my
were your parents speaking?
German and Russian. German and Russian are my first 2 languages. I
Right.
didn't learn English until I moved here. It took me about 4 years.
Were
and
you
to
the
be
only
honest,
English-speaking person in your family?
No, my
Okay.
father speaks fluent English
Okay.
because England colonized Uganda.
Okay.
So it's like the second widely most spoken language.
Got it. Okay.
Exactly.
All
So my father's there, but he's at work. He became a butcher.
Awesome.
Right. My mother doing seamstress work because that was her natural trade and passion. They were just doing whatever they needed to do since we couldn't have the degrees honored here to support the family, to feed your kids, to get by. And before we knew it, and honestly, unconsciously, we got into that cycle of a mode of survival, which is common when you are living in places of disparity and poverty. It's a constant cycle. Survival, survival. No, I can't share this. No, you can't have that. I'm not going to tell you about this. It's mine. There's not enough to go around. There's scarcity, but that's
scarcity
a
mindset.
lie. I discovered very young that's a lie. There's a resource. I would make friends with kids at school, but they lived in a different zip code. But we all somehow got put in the same elementary school. When I went to visit them in North Stamford and their beautiful homes with their manicured lawns, and I saw what was on the corner store, not a liquor store,
Right.
Not a gun shop,
Right.
to get
Not a check
ammo.
cashing place.
Right, not a fast food place or a check cashing place.
Not a bodega.
Exactly, not a bodega. There were libraries. There were storefronts that were entrepreneur-led, right? Not big chain, big box businesses.
Right.
There were community events, people supporting the neighbors. Well, that blew my mind. I said, oh, that's how they do it here in America. It goes by your zip code. It goes by your neighborhood. This is the determining factor to let me know as a child and all these kids next to me in my neighborhood that we don't matter, that we're not worth the tax dollars, that our school is not going to get the funding, that we're not going to get any sort of spotlight. We're not going to be given healthy fast food options, right? We're not going to be
Healthcare.
Exactly, healthcare. We're not going to
Special
have any sort of free
programming.
education.
Right.
They cut the music program I was in, and that saved my life. Because before I could speak English, playing the clarinet, being classically trained to read music and really studying music theory, that gave me my voice before I had a voice to really use in English, because I was constantly translating in my head. And even right now, I'm actually translating
Are you?
in my head. Yes.
Now.
Right now.
All these years later.
All these years
What
later.
are you translating from? German or Russian?
German and Russian at the same time, because it's backwards. English is a backwards language considered to someone who speaks like the rest of the world. So I'm constantly flipping words. So if things sound strange, that's what it is. But the longer you speak to me, the more you will hear the accent. So the young Anna was very aware. She was aware. And I realized that there was a difference. It was very systematic. It was done for a reason. By the time I got to middle school, I was not accepting of what those reasons were. And I very clearly declared in my life what I was going to do. And at the time, that was to get a music deal, right? To get my parents out the hood, to make some sort of change.
How old were you at that point? 12, 13?
Oh, yes, 13 years old.
So you put a declaration on your life at a very young age when most kids are just figuring out what they're doing on the weekend. I know whose bar mitzvah they're going to go to or what AAU game they have or
what outfit they
what they want to wear, if they're going to go see a movie, right?
Go hang out with their friends.
And you're trying to figure out, how can I break the bonds of poverty?
Yes.
How can I flip into an abundance mindset?
Yes.
How can I get a record deal so I can take my parents out of the disparate situation that they're living in?
Exactly.
That's a lot of responsibility and a heavy burden for a 13-year-old.
I didn't see it as a burden.
You didn't see it that way.
I saw it that I had a calling on my life, and I finally heard the call very clearly, and it was ringing, and I was getting those instructions. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Instruction time. What do you need me to do? Okay, I see this, I see that. I'm noticing it for a reason. So am I just going to wish every year on my birthday cake that these things are going to go away and change positively? That these negative things are going to be removed from my family's life? Or am I going to do something about it? Here's the plan. Boom, 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 boom. And I started executing it.
Did you write it down first?
Oh, absolutely.
Make it plain?
Absolutely.
And then you started taking action steps. You still have it.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
How many of those things have you checked off?
Everything.
What?
Praise God.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything on the
Everything
list.
from when I was 13 years old. And I had about 13 items. That's one of my numbers. So I had about 13 items of everything I wanted to accomplish in my life.
Wow.
I have broken that. I've gone above that. I've surpassed that. And I'm freestyling at this point. I'm getting new instructions every day, every month, and I'm going with it. New downloads, zing, zing, zing. And I follow the instructions. I'm like, teacher's pet. God put me in the front row.
Exactly.
Right? Like I said, I want my results and my exam right there on the front of the fridge with the stickers. Okay? I want the hearts and the smiley face and
Give
the
me
100%.
A star.
I don't want 100%. I want 1,000%. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have a sense of urgency. Everything that I viewed as a child, I've made the difference for. And I've inspired others to also make those differences in their lives and in their communities. I call them light workers. We're here to make impact work, right? Like we were just talking about before we filmed. I'm not transactional.
Right.
I'm motivated not by money, but by impact. How can I make a positive change? How can I change this world every day with a sense of urgency? Because we don't know when our time is.
Yeah.
And if I only have a certain amount of, guess what? I'm not wasting my time.
Exactly.
I'm not wasting my years.
Did you feel like while you were getting instruction and writing it down and making it plain and then actually doing this, the next step that most people don't do, executing on the plan, were your parents encouraging? Were they like, Anna's a star. We just gonna let her go and do her thing? Or were they like, Anna, we just want you to be a child. We know you're taking on the responsibility of our family's financial situation and your own personal future, but just be patient. Or was there some other kind of, because I think sometimes when you're a parent and you're a parent and I'm a parent, you know, we have plans for our children.
Oh, of course.
Right? We have ideas around what we would hope that their life could be.
Right.
But also we have to recognize that this is their life and they have their own dream and vision and plan for their own life. Where did your parents fit in and what did they say to you during this time at 12, 13 years old when you already stated and were ready to execute on this thing and claim this future?
Yes.
How was their energy around this for you?
They were very encouraging, and they're still encouraging to this day.
Yeah.
They said, go. If anyone can do it, you can do it, Anna. Whatever you have in your heart, you can do it. You can make it happen. Make it America. You do it. Find a way. God will make a way, right? That's what I just kind of melded their accents together, but they were very encouraging. So I was in every play, every show choir, every concert, every theater production in school, out of school. I did everything. You know, all the while being in like 3 different youth groups and doing community work and being a humanitarian, going to Kenya, going to Mexico, going to London. I was everywhere.
Wow.
Doing everything. So Niyah Zuri, the movement, and really my adolescence, the melding of the creative side and the humanitarian side to make this impact work. I see now in this moment, looking back on the journey so far, how intricate every step was.
Right. And it all led up to this moment.
Absolutely. But in every instance, at every fork in the road, right, which usually happens at an adversity type of moment or situation, I chose myself. AKA I chose God. It's the same. It's not different.
Yeah.
It's the same. I chose the light. I chose God. I chose myself. I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm coming under this difficult situation right now. I'm getting a lot of, you know, roadblocks in this area. I'm going to go through that roadblock. I'm going to bang through that wall. You're not going to want to open the doors to me. I'm a new author. You have no idea who I am. I'm going to keep emailing. I'm going to keep calling. I'm going to show up. I'm going to mail you my book for free. I'm going to give my time for free.
Right.
And now they call me.
You know, I think it's so
Yeah.
amazing. Like a lot of times people think that, we talked about this a little bit earlier, like
Yes.
either on our calls or whatever, where people think, well, that's easy for you to do because, you know, you're beautiful and you're smart and your parents came from Europe, whatever. They have no idea about your life. I'm making stuff up right now. I'm making stuff up. But people oftentimes think, well, that's easy for you to do. Must be nice, right? That energy
Must be nice.
must be nice. And
What
it's
is that?
like, well, if you really knew that my whole mindset is just what, I'm just going to reiterate what you said.
Yes.
If the door is locked, go through the window.
Take the hinges off.
There's no window. Bury a hole under the ground.
Bury a hole.
I
Get a
can't get
shovel.
underneath there. I'm going up the motherfucking chimney.
Get a dynamite. Get a stick of dynamite and blow that whole shit up. Like whatever you got
Exactly.
to do to get through to that other
I
side.
tell my kids all the time, like,
Yeah.
you have to understand something. There is an infinite way to get to 10.
Oh, I love
10
that.
plus 0,
Yes.
5 times 2, 8 plus 2, 20
Ooh.
divided by 2, an infinite numbers of ways, right?
Yes.
So it's like, if you know that there's an infinite ways to get to something as simple as how to get to the number 10, you have to know that there's an infinite number of ways to you to get to your dream.
Ooh, let's go.
And so if
Shannon.
you prioritize not just what I want for myself, I want what God wants for me.
Yes.
And we don't even know how big that dream is.
Ooh, it's beyond
And
our
you
wildest
are-
imagination.
You
I'm
are the
telling
living
you.
personification of that.
Oh,
So
thank you.
we know about the Anna Nyakana, where she started,
Where she started.
and the beginnings, how you were rooted and grounded in
Yes.
your season with your parents, and
Yes.
the strength of your community, the love they had for you, the encouragement, instilling in you perseverance and grit, and also not getting down on yourself. These are two people that were highly educated and
Yes.
degreed in Europe with incredible careers.
Not to mention, they came from very deep backgrounds of struggle.
Yeah.
My mother grew up under communist Russia, right?
Wow.
Regime coming in and taking over her land, taking their language, forcing them to learn Russian. That's not their native language. Their
Right.
native language is Moldavian, Romanian. So now you're forced to speak another language in school to be educated to work, right? And you have no say over your life.
Yeah.
How much food you can buy from the store,
Right.
right? What you wear. Not my mother wasn't even allowed to wear pants until she went to college, right?
Wow.
So to have such a regime over your life. And my father grew up in Uganda under Idi Amin's regime, right? We'll leave that where it is. So they know struggle.
Yeah.
Struggle is not a new thing for us. It's actually something we're comfortable with.
Mm.
So in Germany, it was actually such a utopia. We had everything we needed. Free healthcare, free education, all the way through collegiate level.
Wow.
Free family assistance and support, a check every month if you have children, not Section 8. This is just so you can live and be a happy German and want to stay
Really?
there and work and contribute.
Okay.
Keep it, yeah, a country that actually supports its people, kind of rare, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds refreshing.
It's a utopia. So to go from the utopia to a struggle
Yeah.
here. For my parents, it was nothing new. For me, it was a shock because I'm a child. I don't know yet,
Right.
right?
Right.
However, I had their wisdom. They didn't sweat it. I didn't sweat it. It was not a big deal.
What a gift to give your children, to not have fear and anxiety around struggle.
Exactly.
Like, this
to
is
learn
a part of life. How to get through it.
resiliency.
Right.
Right. To learn that you can be a victor. You don't have to be a victim in your
Mhm.
story.
So now that we're talking about stories, because I think
Yes.
this is a great segue, all of that,
All
all of this that you have,
Yes.
which is magnificent, really. You are a beam of light, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
grateful for your friendship.
I love you so much.
And the feeling is mutual. I want to get to the point where we can really talk about, with all of that,
Yes.
what you have been building and the seeds that you've planted, and how they are not only growing and blossoming, but they're also propagating new soil for the next generation of children.
Yes.
Taking everything that you have, everything that you've experienced,
Yes.
not seeing yourself represented in the
Right.
world through education, through stories,
Yes.
through animation and series and music.
They're
How
just my being.
just your
right?
being.
We
How
are
to-
walking
Yes.
representation.
How to take that
Yes.
and pour it into this extraordinary story that you have
Thank
given
you.
to the world. So tell us about Niyah Zuri.
So the birth of Niyah Zuri, I always say she's the daughter I never had.
Hmm.
She's actually the younger version of me.
Okay.
Even her illustration is based on a photo of me with wild curly hair that was unkept because my mother didn't know what to do,
Right.
right? We didn't know about black hair products or anything.
Right.
And I was a tomboy. I wasn't so focused on what I was wearing. What friend can I text to go to the movies? And none of those options were available to me. So it was focused on me, building myself up inwardly, building that confidence, that self-esteem, exploring the world, being creative, being imaginative. So Niyah Zuri, she's the younger version of me. She's everything that I was, yet also everything that I had the potential to be that I didn't know about yet.
How long did you know about Niyah Zuri in your mind's eye before you put her to paper? How old were you when you first conceptualized this idea?
About 25.
And where did you get the name Niyah Zuri? Is there a meaning behind the name?
Yes.
Okay.
Niyah Zuri means beautiful purpose in Swahili, which is a widely spoken language in East Africa, right? So I have to pay homage. And Niyah is a wordplay off of my last name, Nyakana, because it was always a nickname. People, they're like, what's your name? Anna Nyakana.
Right.
I'm like, Anna Nyakana. So they go, Niyah, we'll call you Niyah.
So musical.
And
so people would call you Niyah.
People would call me Niyah.
Because they couldn't say Anna Nyakana.
Exactly.
So they shortened it to Niyah.
And Niyah means purpose.
Wow.
And I can say this on wax, on record, I am the most purposeful, intentional person you will ever meet in your life. I don't do anything for no reason.
Right.
I do everything with intention because once again, I don't have time to waste. I have a sense of urgency. So birthing Niyah Zuri from my pain, creating it into my purpose, taking that adversity and not blowing out the candles on my cake anymore, but learning how to get in that kitchen and bake my own cake with my own ingredients and serve it organically to fill not just the belly, but to fill someone's spirit and their mind, because these kids need to know that they matter. I wish someone like you or me walked into my classroom and told me I mattered. We didn't have any special programs. We didn't even have funding to go on a field trip, which is very rare. Like not even.
Did you have any teachers of color where you were going to school?
I had one.
Okay.
Out of the entire.
Tell me about this teacher.
Shout out to Mrs. Ridley. She was my second grade teacher. She also went to Stanford Baptist Church with me. And she is in the Niyah Zuri series. She's actually Niyah's teacher in the book series.
Wow.
So shout out to her. She left such an impact on me. She would comb my hair before school. As soon as I got off the bus, and she would close the door and lock it. You know, you can lock it from the inside, but like not the outside. And she would lock it so no kids could come in and make fun of me and bully me because I was already being bullied.
Right.
Because I was weird and different and looked different and didn't speak the language. Right. I wore boys' clothes. You know, we didn't have the means at the time. But she took care of me. She saw something special in me. She wanted to be nurturing and loving. And that was like the first kind experience I got from someone in America. And I honor her and I thank her for that because it planted such a big seed in me. And it also showed me the impact that an adult can have on a child's life, even if they're not your parent. And it just broadened my mind to realize we're really this global village. It takes more than just the parents to raise whole children.
Well, and I want to jump in here because you've also done that for my daughter.
Oh.
And I want to get into the story of Niyah Zuri, and I want you to really talk a little bit about how you're hoping that children of color and children in general are impacted by this global story that you've created from your viewpoint, from Niyah Zuri's viewpoint, from her perspective. Because that's one of the biggest things I think that we're missing so often is, you know, there's a lot of erasure going around. And it's like, you know, people don't want folks to be represented in a major, major way.
Right,
and it's like,
they're banning books.
Right. And, you know, erasing history. And it's like, but, you know, we all deserve to be represented, to see images of ourselves, to see a mirror that reflects back our magic. And speaking of magic, so our daughter, Tiara, is a children's book author as well.
Shout out to you, Tiara. I'm proud of you.
And she has this beautiful story called Magic.
Yes.
And it's a story about a son she never had. She's had 3 baby girls.
Not yet.
Yes, she and her husband have 3 baby girls, but she envisioned this beautiful story, very similar to you, where she created this character around this boy Magic and his experience. And it was a representation story and a story of joy, reclaiming joy. And so as she was writing the book, you and I got to know each other.
We did.
At Grown. At our Grown location in Connecticut, one of our first outside of Miami locations.
Organically, too.
Yes. So you were there. I was writing
the first book, ready to launch the second edition because I had just left corporate America during COVID.
Wow.
Right? Like leading up to it. So I'm just sitting there doing my thing because I was getting writer's block in the house.
Sure.
And my brother's hanging out with me. Shout out to my brother Enoch. So he's like, oh, let me take a picture of you while you're writing. It's cool, creative, behind the scene. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Put it up, post it online. Don't think anything of it. Tag Grown. Somehow it gets to you. Like you actually check your business page.
Yeah.
Not just your personal page. And you're like, who is this? I love it. I support you. And I'm like, you support me?
I want to know you.
Right? You want to know me. And
I want to know you.
It was very authentic. And from that moment on, we've been building throughout these years. And you've remained the same.
Thank you.
Your love and support has remained the same.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And also, so has yours. And thank you so much for allowing Grown to be a part of your story. The fact that you started writing this or revising this at a Grown.
Let's go. Shout out to Middletown.
Yeah, Middletown, Connecticut on the map. But in that also, you've been a resource for us as a family, because I knew that you were a celebrated children's book author, and now a best-selling children's book author with an animated series and a musical score, and really creating an empire where your books are now showing up in schools all over the country.
Over 300 schools and counting.
That is unbelievable, Anna.
Thank you.
So because of that, I was so just blown away by you and how inspiring you are and the work that you're doing and why you're doing it, because of your intention. It's all about love.
Yes.
All of it. And so I reached out to you and said, hey, Tiara's writing this children's book.
Yes.
I don't know anything about writing a children's book. She's got a lot of resources. She has a lot of friends. She was already working with a publisher.
Right.
But she really wanted to know from your perspective, how difficult was it to self-publish? And when I asked Tiara to remind me, Tiara, thank you for, I know she's got 3 babies at home, but she always takes my call.
Aww.
When I asked her to remind me, what was your experience like with Anna? Because, you know, sometimes I connect the dots and then I get out of the way because I don't want to be in it. She's a grown-ass woman.
Right.
But she said, you know what, Shan? You know what was so powerful about my time speaking with Anna? In one word, I can tell you, she was a motivator and encourager.
Thank you.
She validated for me that what I had to offer the world mattered. And that I was free to take my own steps, but that she was there for me if I needed continued support. And I think that's the part that sometimes gets lost in entrepreneurship. That's the thing sometimes is the story that's not told about women of color, about people. It's too hard to do it alone.
It is.
And you know, I know we're always talking about like, we need a seat at the table. We do need a seat at the table. We need a seat at every table.
Every table.
And a lot of times we're building our own tables. But what really is the magic is when you have someone like you who built their own table, and then you opened the door where the table was, and you're pulling back to draw other young minds and creatives and authors through, even if you're in the same genre. And you did that for my daughter, you know, for my baby. And so I'm so incredibly grateful for you because, you know, a lot of people, they gatekeep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is not your energy.
So once again, you're making me cry. I told you not to make me cry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yet it goes back to the conversation of us really taking care of each other, having a sense of responsibility for one another, not just as women, but as humanity. Right? I'm not a Black author. I don't write Black books. I am an author and I write children's books for all children. And because they explore and they go back to ancient civilizations that are melanated, right? To even the playing field, we'll say, in the literature world, because it's important. We need representation. All children need to see this. This isn't for some kids and not other. This is for everyone, because how else are we supposed to have love and empathy if we can't even understand each other? And understanding only comes from knowledge. Otherwise you have ignorance, right? Now, you're going to believe what's being told to you, or are you going to believe normally what's in a book? But now, once again, they're erasing so much of our history or rewriting it. We're getting a watered down version.
But what's powerful, I think, and you're right, you are a children's book author. And that's really important, I think, to not just identify, but to salute. You're writing books for every child, and that's so important. But what's really special about it is because you are you, and you are uniquely made, right?
Thank you.
The Niyah Zuri story comes through your perspective. As a child of the world, as a woman of God, as a woman of color. The story comes through your perspective, and the representation piece has been what's very important to you.
It is.
Tell me about Niyah Zuri and how when you first went to publishers and publishing houses, they didn't want the representation to be there. Even though your identity around this is for every child. They didn't want the perspective coming through a child that was you.
Correct.
So what was that conversation like?
Oh my goodness. I had this manuscript. I was so excited. I just knew every publisher I went to was just going to write a check and put this all in the world, and I could just boost it where it needed to be. And it was really the opposite. And it's funny because I kept a lot of the rejection letters that I received, and I won't name the publishing house, but there was one that was very interested. They were ready. They had a contract. They had a deal. They had everything. All the T's crossed and all the I's dotted. However, they wanted me to whitewash Niyah.
So they wanted Niyah to be a young white girl.
They wanted to be a lighter skin, straight hair, They didn't even want the twins, her best friends, Miguel and Hugo Gonzalez. They didn't even want them. They wanted their dog, Perro. They wanted to keep the dog in the story, keep Niyah, keep the exploration, going back in time and traveling, but also not go back to melanated, Black and brown cultures that have built this world.
So what do they want? Like Roman?
They wanted more just time traveling into different areas and places and countries, but not cultural specific. And for me, the whole point of this series is to celebrate culture, to bring diversity back to the classroom.
Yeah.
That was the thing I noticed as a kid. Everyone's like, hey, are you Black? Are you white? Are you Spanish? Here's a card, fill it out. Check the box in school. You have to register for this. And I'm like, what am I? I would select other, and I would write in my nationality, Ugandan/German. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't understand this thing called racism. I learned that later on in my adolescence.
Did you learn that here in the States?
I learned that here in America, racism.
Oh my God.
Racism.
Oh man, we need some work.
Then underlining behind that, we have colorism.
Yeah.
Right? We have all of these isms and schisms to divide us as a people.
Right.
I'm so flabbergasted. This is a country that's been built on the backs of immigrants, that has been built up by immigrants, putting the work in, not coming here with anything except for a hard work ethic. Immigrants are the hardest working individuals in any country that you come in. They are putting forth everything.
And immigrants that didn't ask to come here, that came here in bondage.
Those two. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Right.
Keeping it humble.
400 years of free labor.
Right? You're lucky we didn't come for your heads.
So
yeah.
But back to Niyah.
We can edit that out. But yeah.
Back to joy. Back to joy.
Right? So realizing that was something that needed to be changed. So like, what is this racism? I'm not Black. I'm not white. I am who I am. Right? I'm Ugandan. I'm a proud African. I'm also German. I have culture. My whole family is like the United Nations.
Yeah.
We couldn't hate anyone in this whole world because there's someone in our family, someone from Japan.
And that's probably why you wrote this book the way that you did.
Yes.
Because you wanted everybody to be represented in your family.
Everyone to be represented in my family. And since my family is from the world,
global family,
we need to bring the world here to the West, because we need to know this ain't it. This block that you're living on ain't it. This classroom that's not serving you ain't it. This place that you're going to the playground and the swings are all rusted and decrepit and there's trash and there's needles from people drugging up, right? And shooting up in the playground in the park. This ain't it. There's so much more out there.
And so
you have to get beyond those confines.
Part of your experience, which I think is really fascinating, is that you talked about when you were younger and then now as an adult.
Yes.
Going to other places outside of the immediacy of your reality in the moment.
Yes.
And you started using your imagination to dream and then getting out into the world and seeing how other people in other zip codes lived.
Yes.
My question to you is, do you think you needed to see it in order to dream that it could be possible for you?
Oh, absolutely. Everything is about a perspective.
Do you think that's why we're seeing now more than ever services being cutting back, access to healthy food being cut back, limits on how much money people can take for, say, for example, college loans to be able to be lawyers and doctors and judges and politicians? Do you think that the shrinking of the availability of resources is done intentionally to keep people smaller stay where you belong?
Right.
Because this right here is a story of globalism.
Absolutely.
It's a story of free moving people.
Yes.
That look and pray differently, that love, that are uniquely made and are uniquely themselves, and they have their own story, and they're tapping into the culture of thousands and thousands of years of lived experience. And those are the things that I think make America great.
There we go.
Okay, that's what makes it great.
Yes.
Right? That your next door neighbor is Venezuelan or Russian or German or Moldovan or Nigerian,
right?
or Ugandan or from Rwanda.
Brazilian. We can go on and on all day. You ask a
long.
kid to name 5 countries outside of the U.S. now in 2025, they can barely name them.
Oof.
I like to play the ABC game with my kids. Ever play the ABC game?
No, maybe.
It's a great way
maybe
to waste the time.
I don't call it that.
Okay,
go ahead.
It's a great way to burn the time.
All
Whether
right.
you're waiting in the pool, waiting for dinner, or waiting in the checkout lane at the grocery store.
We call this categories. Go ahead.
ABC game. So it's called ABC, and we pick a category. We say, okay, we're gonna do countries, or we're gonna do food, we're gonna do anime characters. Right? Shout out to my sons, Judah and Osiris. We watch a lot of anime, because it has more culture versus American cartoons, right? So we play the ABC game. Okay, we're doing countries. Do you know how much they struggled with the countries? And they still did better than I know most kids have done, because we read, I expose them to a lot. They get this every day. And I mean, since birth, like
God bless.
since the utero, like
Right.
in there, right?
Right.
So since the womb. So they know a lot. And still I was surprised at how much they still needed to learn.
Mhm.
It was very difficult. And I just flew right through it. And they're like, how did you do that, Mommy? I said, we'll get you there.
Reading.
Because reading and having an understanding of the world and
Right, and they're
caring
still
to
young.
learn.
Your boys are what, 10 and 7?
Yeah, but I have a high bar.
Yes,
When
and
I
you
came
have
here
to.
at 7, I already knew the entire world. It was just America I needed to learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how going from in 2020, leaving
Yes.
corporate America,
Woo.
revitalizing this book,
Yes.
publishing it,
Mm-hmm.
getting it out into the world,
Yes.
how it has now become a staple in classrooms in over 300 schools.
And
How-
counting.
and counting.
Yes.
That part.
Praise
And
God.
an animated series. And
Yes.
you picked on your musical background from when
I
you had a
did.
record deal, when you got that record
Yes,
deal.
I healed that trauma because I had to walk away from that.
But you did it. And it's a part of
Yes.
your story, which is so powerful. And using all of that you have, Anna, to produce something that it's got legs. It's got roots.
Yes.
You know, it's sprouted, it's growing. It's now those beautiful flowers are creating their own seeds that will go to other fields and create more.
Yes.
What is your big dream for this series? And how can we help support you? Beyond just buying books and bringing the books to our schools and watching the animated series and telling friends and listening to the score, right? TikTok dances to the score. I have no idea. But what are ways that we can help support you? Because your vision for this is so big and it's impacting so many children.
You know, no one asks me that.
Really?
No one asks me how they can help support.
Okay.
I'm always the
I'm
one like
shocked.
giving and pouring into.
Mm.
People definitely want to attach themselves to me. They're like, ooh, we're riding this rocket ship all the way up. Ooh, let's go. Let's show up where she
Okay.
is. Let's, do some fake love, whatever over here. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah, but those things never last. It's a lot of
Mm.
promises given up front and then nothing ever completed,
Okay.
right? Once the due diligence. So thank you.
You're
I want to pause
welcome.
and say thank you for that. This is a movement.
Mm.
It's not just the books.
Mhm.
It's not just the animated short film, which is dropping on my birthday, October 13th. So we're a few days away.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is major.
With the soundtrack, new music on the soundtrack too. And I had this idea when I left corporate America because I was tired of taking a PTO day to live in my purpose. The books were already out. They weren't making as much impact as I wanted because I had a 9 to 5. I was
Right.
working corporate America 50 hours a week and I'm a single mother, right? With a
And
1-year-old.
you help your parents.
And I help my
And you help your parents. That's the
Yes.
other part. You've never stopped loving and
No.
supporting and holding space for your parents.
No, and anytime my parents have gone through it, shout out to my mother who also had health concerns a few years ago. This isn't the first time that the Niyah Zuri rocket ship has been blasting off to space. The last time it was blasting off to space, I had to temporarily land on another planet and just take a hiatus for about a year to help support my parents.
And that's the part no one ever talks about.
Right.
No one ever talks about the stops and starts
Oh, no.
of the entrepreneurial journey.
Oh, yeah.
Success is not a straight
It doesn't
line.
stay like this.
No, there's so many dips and falls
Yeah,
and failures.
it's seasons.
But people don't want to talk about that part because
No,
it
they
makes
don't.
them look like they don't have it all figured out. But guess
Right.
what? No one has it all figured out.
No, we're all lifing.
Any person that I've ever talked to about entrepreneurship or
Right.
building a business has said, I went bankrupt.
Yes.
I failed. I failed on my face. I embarrassed myself.
Yes.
I humiliated myself. I had to mortgage my home. I had to
Yes.
sell my engagement
I
ring.
had to sell my home and cover medical expenses
Right.
and cover things that needed to be taken care of for my family.
Yeah.
They're all I have. I only came here with 4 other people. I don't know anyone.
Wow. So they have your heart. And they're a huge part of your
They do.
story. And
Yeah.
are they the reason? Are they the why?
My family's the why. My ancestors are the why. Yet it's really the struggle is the why. You know how some people become, or the majority will become a product of their environment? As a young girl, the one that we just talked about, I chose to become the potential of my environment. And I know I have a calling on my life.
Yeah.
So the why is my calling. The why is not just looking over what I've seen, yet actually doing something about it to make a difference. Stopping of hoping and wishing. I know, dream big, Anna, you can dream. Make all your dreams come true, little girl. Yeah, they don't tell you the other side of that. You can dream until you're blue in the face. It's not gonna happen until you make it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Faith
Oh,
without works is dead.
we didn't come here with a silver spoon in our mouth. We told you, like,
Yeah.
2 suitcases for a whole family of 5 people 2 suitcases. We came here with nothing. No one ever gave us a hand. The angels that have helped us along the way they were planted intentionally in certain milestones in our lives. Yet my parents have struggled more in this country than we did from where we were. They could have easily packed it up. I know my mom wanted to pack it up and go back because she's like,
but quitting wasn't an option for her. And
no,
she showed you that.
To
Do you show your sons that?
Yes.
Because I know your sons are a big part of the why also.
They are. They motivate me every day. I don't approach anything as a problem. And that's another thing in the series. It's not just adventure and fun.
Yeah.
It's not just historical fiction and culture and education that you're receiving. I'm teaching you critical thinking. I'm teaching you problem solving, how to not just look at something as an issue or a problem, but to look at it as an opportunity for growth. To not just think about what's a possible solution, but to become that solution. It's very different.
I love that you don't have an educational background. You don't have an early childhood educational background. You have a corporate America background.
I do.
You have a music background. You have a business background. But you've poured all of that into this story. And you have, exponential, expeditious, maybe not expeditious because we all have these journeys, but you have this massive success of building something that is uniquely yours, but it really is it's a blueprint for people to follow.
Yes, thank you. You took the words out of my mouth.
And I think a lot of times, we get into these spaces where it's like, well, I'm not qualified for that.
I
don't have a PhD in early childhood education. I didn't go to Tufts. And it's like, okay, but you know what? I have a story. I'm an expert in my own life.
Right? Look at that. Right at the timing.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
Right.
You are an expert in your own life.
Yeah.
And guess what? Your voice matters. And that's probably what Tiara remembered me telling her.
She did.
Okay, your voice matters. What you have to contribute to this world matters. You don't put aside your big dream because you feel like you don't have the resources or you don't know which way to start. Just get going, right? Start with research. Start with yourself. Are you mentally prepared? And then what do you do once you achieve the dream? Do you stop there or do you keep going? I have pushed the confines of what others have tried to put me in this box. As soon as I even established this, they're like, oh, well, that's it. She's an author. She's well established, 2 times bestseller. I'm like, oh no, I got way more to give. Now they're trying to put me in another box. Oh, okay. She also does music. She's a producer. Okay. Well,
animation.
she's making some cartoons. Whoa. Okay. Now another box. I'm like, I burn the whole box down. Right? I don't allow myself to get boxed in.
Do not put me in a box.
Seriously. Like if I make you uncomfortable with what I do because I do a lot, I get that a lot. She does a lot. No, I do everything. I do everything and anything that's necessary because I wish someone did that for me. So instead of wishing, I'm the solution.
And when you are the solution in your own life and you're speaking to your why, right? And you're checking all those things on that list that you had as a little girl.
Yes.
This is unbelievable to me.
I'm going to find the list. I'm going to send you a picture.
Okay, send me a picture.
I have it.
Okay. When you are doing all of that, you are also showing up physically in schools.
Yes.
To do public speaking events.
Yes.
Whenever you can, as often as you can.
I'm everywhere.
For students. You're everywhere.
For students. I'm at the community event. I'm on the block. I'm on the float.
Right.
I'm at the bodega. I'm at the bus stop. I am everywhere, whether it's booked or not booked, just organically. When God tells me to give a word, I give a word. It could be as simple as
what?
I'm so thankful that you're here today. You showed up for yourself. Imagine every student walking into a classroom where the teacher's like, good morning, you showed up for yourself today. Do you know how boosted they would be already? Like, hey, I already feel successful.
Yes.
I'm wanted here. There must be something for me special here. Let me listen and pay attention.
And shout out teachers.
And apply myself.
Shout out teachers also, because you have a teacher that changed your life. I had many teachers that mentored me. My dad's a school teacher. His whole life, he's a shop teacher.
Shout out to him.
Shout out John Williams.
Yes.
But these people are special people.
Yes, they are. Think about it. They're spending more time with your kids
than you are
during the week, if you really quantify it.
And if you have a teacher in your child's life that truly loves teaching, your kids feel it.
Oh, they're going to thrive.
Yeah, they come home and they're like, my teacher is so demanding, Mom, but she's my favorite teacher because she's holding me accountable.
Yes.
I have 22 books I have to read this quarter. And I'm like, you have to read 22 novels this quarter?
She put
my name
want her. Right, she put my name a part of this group and project. Now that she wants me to lead
They'll
this
never
thing.
forget her. Mrs. G, shout out Mrs. G. They will never forget her because she is keeping them accountable. She's letting them know how qualified they are, how capable they are, and they can continue to stretch the realms of possibility in their own minds.
That's what it's about.
One of the biggest things I think, and I know that you're doing this for your students, and I want to hear about the feedback that you get from students when you're talking to them.
Absolutely.
But I think one of the most important things that a teacher can give a child is the permission to be a confident learner.
Ooh.
because everything isn't going to be for everyone.
Right.
I wasn't great at math.
Everyone has different learning styles too.
Yes.
You have to really teach to the child,
And
not make the child conform to you teaching.
Right, exactly. You have to meet children where they
Right.
are.
Some are visual, some are auditory, right? Some are hands-on.
Exactly.
Right.
And so all of that is, it's unique. It's unique to each child, to each
Yes.
student, to each person that is in the process of learning. So when you have someone that cares not only about the material that they're trying to teach you, but about you as an individual child,
Yes.
how can I nurture and nourish the whole of Anna in her learning
Yes.
experience and give her permission and the tools to be a confident learner?
That's
Because
it.
I think when you stop learning in life, it's over.
It's not just for your childhood. I made a dedication a long time ago to be a lifelong student.
Yes.
I learn every day.
Curiosity.
Yeah. I like getting kicked on my behind and be like, ooh, I thought I knew what I was talking about, or I thought I knew what I was doing. Woo, time to pivot, time to adjust, time to look at it from another perspective and let me try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're with students, because I know you do this all the time,
Yes,
everywhere, whenever you
everywhere.
can, what is some feedback that you get from them about the Niyah Zuri series? And
I get
about your,
everything.
okay, tell me. I want to hear it.
Some kids are like, can you adopt me? Right?
Oh, okay.
Others are like, can you sign my forehead, please?
What?
Oh yeah, right. I will be whatever and whoever they need me to be. I will be your auntie, your mother, your grandmother, your friend, your cousin, your teacher. I'll be whoever you need me to be. They have not received the level of intentional pouring in that I'm giving to them. I'm activating them.
Okay.
Zing, zing, zing. I'm activating them to their own source, giving them that spark.
You're
Once
raising the vibration.
Yeah,
You're
and
trying to
raising
lift
the
them up.
vibration. I'm zinging them, right? I
Yes.
call that activation. When you get activated, you get purposeful in your life. It's all about knowing your purpose. What are you here for? Your life matters.
Right.
It matters what you do every day. It matters to me that you got up and you showed up and you're in class. Great for you. No one knows that you walked 20 minutes in the rain to come to school, or you had to take a city bus to
Or you
get
didn't
to the
have
bus,
breakfast.
or you didn't have breakfast, or that your dog ate your homework, whatever the situation
Or you're wearing
is.
the same jeans you had yesterday.
Exactly.
Like those are the things people
Or you're
don't think
dressing your own
about.
siblings in the morning. You don't have time for yourself. That's why your hair is messy, but you're getting hate from this person over here because you have a messy bun for 3 days in a row.
Or your parent works the third shift, and so they're not up to
Exactly.
say goodbye to you in the morning, and you are on your own. You're of your own volition showing up every
Exactly.
day. You have no idea what someone else's circumstance is, but when you show up with this bright light and
I'm
vibes
giving them that
and
Niyah Zuri energy.
and that zing,
That's
zing,
it.
zing, and
Yes.
you're rewarding them and encouraging them, and you're applauding them for showing up.
Yes.
Now they're ready to learn.
Yes, it's
You
not
have their
just take up
attention.
space to become a great learner and a great student. It's take up all the space in this world.
Yeah.
Carve out the space that you want. Like we were saying, fill that space and then go beyond it. Go beyond your boundaries. Go beyond your 13 item list. Go beyond your wildest dreams. Don't just stay in a Disney fantasy, avatar, AI created world. You live in it. Live in it like without any sort of excuse. Don't ask permission to do the things that you innately feel that you're here to do. Go do that. Go be that. Go fulfill that. I take all the chains off, right? We were talking about the mother of dragons,
Yes.
right? Slayer of the, listen, I'm breaking chains, generational curses, life cycles that people have gone through.
Epigenetics.
Everything that you feel that you
Yes.
inherited. You can either choose for it to hold you down, right? To be low vibrational, or you can choose to break that cycle and just literally shoot off to such a level that now everyone can also see you as an inspiration. This isn't for my own glory. I'm not doing this for me. And I think that's another misconception of people on the outside, like, oh, what a great brand. You know, hey, let's invest in this brand. This isn't for me. I've turned away checks. I've turned away phone calls and emails. I've gone unanswered when people are coming to me with the wrong intentions. Because I'm here for the long term. I'm here for the long game. I'm not here to just make a quick buck. I'm here to impact these youth. I'm here to save the youth. I don't know anyone who's made that statement beyond me. I'll just shout that out. I'm here to save the youth by showing them how to save themselves.
Wow.
Right? It starts with knowledge of self, and then it continues on with that activation, getting intentional in your life. Man, if anybody came into my school and told me this.
I know.
What? So
And
the
I love
feedback is like, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
There's tears. Kids are crying when I have to leave. You know, when will you come back? When will you come back? It's a mix
Ooh.
of a lot of different feedback, but it's always a confirmation for me that Niyah Zuri is needed. I am needed. That I'm doing the work.
And what is your hope? What is your hope for Niyah Zuri? And I know you're like, I'm not a hoper. I'm gonna make shit happen.
That's right. You know me.
But,
Let's go.
but beyond let's talk about the impacts. Like,
yes.
I know that the intention is impact. It's not for you. It's about the work.
Yes.
But when you think about what the series, what the books, what the music, what the animation, and then the words and the inspiration and the intention that you're setting in the world,
yes,
and the children of the future, what is your biggest dream for the children of the future through the work that you've been doing?
My biggest dream for the Niyah Zuri movement is literally world domination. I want this to be a household name. I want this to be everywhere because I want it and I feel it burning in me so, and I see it so clearly in my mind. I know that it will be, because I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to sleep on myself. I'd be working off of 4 hours of sleep, right?
Right.
I get rest very intentionally, and then I'm right back at it. We're here on vacation, yet we're here, right back on it, right? I'm really making that shift. I want every child to have the opportunity to get activated in their life and to become purposeful. So beyond books, animation, soon the educational series, actually building this out, not just the short film, but the animated series and bridging that gap from home to school.
Wow.
Home to school? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
For the grandma or the abuelita or whoever's turning on the TV and just sitting their kids and plopping them in front. From home to school now.
So you're talking about curriculum.
Yes, I write custom curriculums for all of these schools that I normally take over. So I ask them, what is your need? I give them an idea. I give them about 50 options, right? Standard options that I've felt throughout the years.
That you've done before.
Exactly.
And you got some good
whether
feedback.
it's like leadership skills, whether it's yoga and mindfulness, whether it's music production, NFT design, whatever it is, financial literacy. I'm like, these are all the curriculums I can run for you, 2-hour blocks, this amount of sessions, this amount of weeks. We could do it through Zoom. We could do it in person.
And
what
you
do you want
tap
to do?
into the tenets of Niyah Zuri
yes.
and all these
I
curriculums?
build on all the fundamentals.
Okay.
All the fundamentals that are in here.
What are some of them?
Oh.
Is it like exploration?
Let's go. I'm going to have
do
you
it.
actually open it up. I don't know where we can zoom in on the screen. But these are the fundamental truths of Niyah Zuri. Maybe you can read them out
I
for
want to
us.
read them out.
Let's go.
Actually, I think we should hear it in your voice.
Okay. The first one is don't chase your dreams. Walk in your dreams. Right? Don't just keep it in your head. Get actionable in your life.
Yes,
right?
actionable.
Second, always bet on yourself. Don't wait for the outside world to give you confirmation.
Or validation.
Exactly.
Don't wait for likes.
Check. Don't wait for likes and comments. Don't wait for the blue check verification, all this. Bet on yourself. The rest of the world, right? We'll jump on that bandwagon.
You have the audacity of belief in yourself.
Right, you got to claim that space.
Yeah, and a lot of times people are like, oh gosh, do you really want to do that? It's so crazy. And it's like, you know what? First they call you crazy, then they call you for advice.
Exactly,
What?
right? Laugh now, cry later.
Period. I'm like, yes, I have the audacity of belief in myself because you know what? If I don't, who is going to?
Exactly. You have to dare to dream.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dare.
This is the only me I get.
Exactly. And how are you going to apply it? So bet on yourself. Don't wait for anybody else to do something for
so
you.
that's number 2.
You have to do it for yourself first. Okay. Number 3, never dim your light. We have all these lights in here. And this is something that young girls that turn into young women end up having an issue with and just struggling with in our womanhood. I think it's a common theme that we dim our light. We dim our light to make men feel better. We dim our light to make other people feel comfortable, whether it's in the corporate world
Or in the classroom.
In the classroom.
You don't want to be that smart one that's always raising your hands. People roll their eyes, and it's like, no.
Right.
Be excellent.
Never dim your light.
Yeah,
Shine. Brilliantly.
Exactly. Yep, I agree with that.
When I see you shining, it makes me feel so good because we're reflections of
That's
each
it.
other.
We're just mirroring each other back and
So
forth.
if I see you shining, that means I'm doing my part and you're doing your part.
Right.
If I'm looking a little dull, because we're here to hold each other accountable and to be here supportive of each other. Otherwise, we're not doing good as a collective.
Right.
It's not. There's no I. It's no I. It's we. It's us. It's humanity. Right.
Okay.
Number 4, overcome your fears. Fears aren't real. It's an emotional mindset.
Right.
Fear is just something that brews in you from
That negative self-talk.
Exactly.
I'm not good enough. I can't do it.
Right.
I'm not me.
Right. False
That's not
evidence
possible for
appearing
me.
real.
Yeah.
False evidence
That's
appearing
too good
real.
for me. Reject that
When you
thinking.
can break the bonds of fear and really free yourself up
Right.
to go and conquer this world. It's the most liberating thing to be your most authentic self and to go after whatever it is that you have in your spirit to go after.
That's because everyone's dream is different.
Yes.
It's like a lot of times people think like, oh, well, I'm never going to get that. And it's like, okay, let me ask you a question. What is your dream vacation? I'm going to ask you right now. I know you're on vacation, but what is your dream vacation? Just throw it out there.
I can't even think of vacation. But as soon as you said that, I was thinking of doing some humanitarian work.
That's cool.
Where I would want to go.
Where would you want to go?
There are so many places I want to go. I want to go to Brazil.
Okay.
Okay. I want to go into Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go into Moldova. It's actually the poorest country in Eastern Europe. Most people don't know that.
Okay.
So there are places that I want to go. That's what feels good to me.
So everybody that's watching right now, did anyone say they wanted to go do humanitarian work in Moldova? That is proof that we can all have our dreams because they're all different.
Absolutely.
There's an infinite number of dreams. And that's just a simple example of where would you want to go on vacation? I would never, 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 if someone had a gun to my head, choose doing humanitarian work in Moldova because I don't have a connection to Moldova.
Exactly. But now when I go, you'll probably want to come with me.
Yes, exactly. Right.
There we go.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so important what you're saying.
Thank you.
So, so important. Exactly. Okay.
And the last one, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. If you can think it, it can be. The only difference is some sort of actionability, accountability, diligence, discipline, consistency.
Yeah, it's going to take work.
Nothing's impossible.
Right.
Only we set limitations on ourselves.
Sure.
We set limitations. We hold ourselves back. We give our power away. We allow other people to be entitled to our life. We allow them to dim our light. We allow them to give us fear. We allow them to put on their adversity onto us.
How easy does that happen?
So easily.
Give me an example of how sometime in your life, at one point or another, someone tried to, or you willingly gave someone your power. Do you have an example of it?
Listen, you're not taking my power.
Okay.
This is mine.
Okay.
Even when we were talking about the publisher, when I walked out of there and I said, no, I'm not doing XYZ that you want in order for me to become one of your authors. I don't care what you guarantee. New York Times bestseller. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do a tour. I said, no, they told me before I walked out of the room, good luck.
And you said, thank you.
Yeah. I said, I don't need luck. I got God.
Oh, okay, that part.
Anything I need, I put God on it. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to happen because I know it's going to happen.
Right.
It's a vision that's been given to me. So I could have easily been like,
yeah.
Oh, they said it wasn't good. Oh, maybe I should whitewash. I'm going to conform myself. I'm going to listen to what they say. I'm going to just take the money and maybe get a house. And then, I can look nice on the gram. And people don't need to know that I have to rent now because I sold my house. I'm like, I need a, fancy car and some jewelry and clothes.
You're not doing this for anyone else.
No.
You're not doing this for appearances. This is what I love about you. This is one of the things that I absolutely love about you. You are not doing this for anyone else to feel good about themselves. You are doing this for impact.
I am. That's what makes me feel good.
That's what it is.
That's what sets my soul aflame. Yes. When I walk out of a place, even walking out of here, I'm going to be walking on water. I'm in a whole nother frequency right now. The energy that's hitting the people in the back cooking and prepping.
Right.
And shout out to the whole team that's out here right now. Like they're getting this energy. This is what fulfills me. Mm-hmm. This is what gives my life meaning. It's my purpose.
I love this. I love what you've created. I love how you've set the intention. I love how you've executed on it and have been actionable. And I love how you've given your heart and your spirit in this time for this part of your journey.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know there'll be many, many more because you're breaking open everything.
Oh, girl, you ain't seen nothing yet.
It's just the beginning. You haven't even scratched the surface, and that's obvious. I'm so incredibly grateful to you for your light in the world, for being a friend, for being a supporter and encourager of me and my family.
Of course, I support you. I am so proud of you. Can I just stop and say how proud I am of you?
Thank you.
For you not dimming your light. Not that you were before, yet you're allowing it to be magnified right now. Your voice is so powerful. Everyone connected to you, I told you, you are the common denominator to your thriving family, to your thriving friends, any business associates, any project or ideas, community work. You're the determining factor. You are blessed. Carry on this work. You are seen. You are valued. I am so proud of you.
Thank you,
and keep going.
Thank you.
I'm going to hold you accountable.
Yeah, you better.
Okay.
That's what I'm counting on you for. And by the way, I just want to say this. I know she's a young lady, but also Niyah Zuri is a grown woman.
Oh, she a grown-ass woman.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Shannon.
Oh, yeah.